Okay, if you're watching this video, it's because you bitched out on senior skip day. I will be talking about two critiques in this video, that of Hegel and that of Marx, on the social contract theory, and specifically the application of those two critiques on labor and class. So allow me to jump right into Hegel. So what Hegel believes, and he starts with this premise, is that there's nothing that is true about our existence that isn't influenced by our experience, except for that we have a will and a human essence to us that allows us to observe and take in experiences. And he calls this an a priori. So the only thing that is a priori is our will and our experiences. Uh, and where he has a problem with social contract theory is that it takes things for granted. It takes things as a priori when they shouldn't be, because it can be explained by historical and cultural experiences and events. So the a prioris that are in a social contract theory are that first, that people are civilized if they are in a social contract, and they're savage if they're not. That is taken for granted as the basis of social contract theory. And the second is the idea of natural rights, that life, liberty, and property, in the case of Locke, are guaranteed just because God said so. So Hegel says the only thing that is a priori is the mind and will. And so out of that, intermingled with our experiences, a person is formed, a thinker, a rational human being. This is the Hegelian idea of epistemology. What social contract theory does is that we automatically arrive at natural rights, which just isn't true. So what impact does this have? So take the rights of property. Hegel's view of property is that the material and the human are influenced by each other in order for the world to continue and for both things to develop. So another key idea of Hegel is that all things develop together, that the subject, which is the human, and everything around it interacts with each other and they gain things from each other. Whereas the social contract theory would say that the material is owed to the human because it naturally is, that nature is satisfies man, and not that they both coexist together. So this has huge implications on labor that I can get into when we start talking about Marx. So Marx's idea of the state of nature is really complicated, but he believes that the origin of the state is not out of some necessity for safety, but it is that naturally there's this idea, or naturally what exists is a relative scarcity, that that just the makeup of goods in the world are going to exist, so that there's enough to survive, but some people will have abundance, and this is going to be distributed unequally. And so in order to resolve the disputes that are created by people having more than other people, a state is created in that. Marx's problem with that state that is created is that if under a social contract theory that protects natural rights, is that inevitably people are going to be stronger than each other. People are going to have more dependence than others. There's always going to be factors that mean people can't produce as much as each other. And this is the core issue. If we don't see people as something beyond what they are worth, and we don't use a moral system, and we just rely on things that we believe are preordained, to Hegel and to Marx, what we create is a world that is unnatural and is going to be unequal and is going to hurt people that have less of the ability to produce than other people. And beyond Marx, and Hegel, where this ties into what Bushnell and Zapinski are talking about, is that uh, race and gendered ideas and historical oppression has hindered uh, marginalized groups' ability to produce in this society, and so that has amplified inequality created by a class divide and economic inequality. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't ask me. I hate you all. Thank you for ruining my senior skip day.